What is going on, everybody? How's your Saturday treating you? I saw this. Hang on, let me get out of here and into here. I saw this, man, the 15th. 15th of October was a busy day. There was a new drop for Train Sim World 2, and we got Cattle and Crops. And I completely missed that Euro Truck Simulator 2 had gone into 1.39 beta. So that's where we're at right now. And I'm checking out the preview out of the corner of my eye. I don't know what it is about menus in OBS. Menus do not want to play smoothly. So I will get through this as quickly as possible. We'll get into some nice smooth gameplay. But we've got right now, we've got standard trailers. We've got these low trailers now. Right? We've got this one. And we've also got this one right here. So I bought one of these. You can go up to, for the wheel configuration, you can go up to level 24. I'm using a test profile that always starts me at level 20 with 2.5 million. So we're not at level 22 and we can't see the other things that can be added to this trailer. But the one that we do have right now looks like, if we get out of here and get right in here, the one that we do have looks like this. So I just threw a coat of paint on it. You know, we'll kind of see how it goes. It's not that big, so I don't know exactly how this is going to work, whether the ones from level 20 to level 24 when they get really big, but I'll level up this profile a couple times in 1.39 and then we'll go from there. But I've got, if we go back in here, I had a cargo. Let me see where our cargo went. Cargo market, we are in Munich and we are hauling, yeah, we're hauling this. This is one of my favorite little twisty roads in the game. We're going to haul this down to Genoa. Genoa. Everybody says it different. All right, so track IR is working. We don't need this. Get rid of that. Move this over. There we go, brake pressure. And I think we're ready. Here we go. Let's get some windows down too. Yeah. So I did not see this come in. I've got the I don't know, the news bar in my Steam library. When I go to Steam, it tells me, it's supposed to tell me what is happening in the various sims that I have, but I feel like, because I think I've got about 60 titles, I feel like it just doesn't have the ability to put 60 headlines up there. And of course not every title has a piece of news to drop every day, but you miss some things, and for some reason this did not come through and I didn't see it. And then today, just sort of oh god, today sort of by coincidence I saw that it had dropped. I'm trying to get out of this driveway very carefully. I mean, this thing's it's not that big, but it's not tiny. All right, here we go. So I saw that this had dropped, and it's, I think, a compliment to 1.39 on the ATS side. It's a new UI, it's some trailers, and they're cleaning up some things in the graphics and sound. I mean, there's nothing really innovative about it. It's not like 1.37 with all the new sound, or when we went to DX11 or anything. I think it's more, well, they described it as housekeeping and getting ready for big things that are going to happen in the future. And I imagine it would also be getting ready for Colorado on the ATS side and Iberia on the ETS side. So, yep, pleased to see this. I was curious if there would be low trailers for ETS. Sorry, I'm really concentrating. It's been a minute since I've been in this game. It's been, yeah, probably about a week since I've been in it. So I'm concentrating. I know there are low trailers in the game. I know you can get low trailers for the heavy cargo and also for the special transport. So I imagine it would be similar to what they did on the ATS side. I just didn't see any confirmation that they would be doing bigger trailers. So this is nice that they brought these in. I'm amazed how SCS keeps this game fresh and really doesn't charge us for any of this stuff. There's a new DLC. So there was a new DLC for Train Sim World 2 last Thursday, right? And there was another one announced today. I'm going to see if I can peek this light. Now there's like a delivery truck in front of it. There was a new DLC just a couple days ago, and now there's another one that's going to drop next week. And if it's anything like the Train Simulator franchise, they'll get to a point where they're dropping DLC 5 and 6 times a month. Not exaggerating. There's like 300 DLC for the Train Simulator franchise. In 10 years, that's 30 a year. That's like one every 10 days, all year round. And I don't want to get to a point where I'm buying all of those just out of habit or momentum or what have you. I'd like to be more selective, but if they start releasing 2 or 3 per month, I'm going to have to be, because my hard drive won't hold all of them. And I know on the Train Simulator side, the DLC gets so specific that nobody has all of them, and nobody wants to have all of them, because they're, you know, some people like German passenger service, some people like American freight, some people like this, right? So I don't think I'll need all of those, but it is a little bit daunting to see a company release that amount of DLC, and a company like SCS releases stuff, you know, new trailers in the game. It's not a DLC, we just get them for free. So I continue to be impressed by and really appreciative of SCS. I think they're a cool company. You know, anytime I restart a profile, I typically restart in the central part of the map, and that puts me more or less the middle of Germany. Carefully. More or less the middle of Germany, and this is one of the oldest parts of the game. And as I'm driving around these older areas, I realize how far the game has progressed and how far it's come from really just being kind of a video game to being more of a simulation. It's not a complete simulation. It's not, you know, 100% proper. But it's more of a sim than it used to be, I think. It used to be more of a game. I'm going to hop outside and go third person just to keep things safe and simple. I'm learning to back up with track IR. Oh, and we got this steering trailer helping me out. Help me out less. Right around here. Yeah, I might need another swing at this. It may give it to us, but we didn't really line this up. Yeah, the steering axle trailers. All right, it gave it to us. I'm going to take it. Let's get on the road here. So we'll set the brake, engine off. Let's get loaded up. The steering axle trailers do throw me off a little bit. They help me more than I want them to. All right, that's not terribly big. We'll throw some beacons on, just because beacons are fun. And I've got a couple of the little Britax LEDs in the grill. So we got those on, we got something up top, and then this trailer has, I believe, out back, carefully. If I can, no, it's not letting me go down. Yep, it's got little strobes right there. Right on. So we'll hop back in here, brake off, right? Put her in gear, let's get out of here. And I'm trying to think what else is going on. Oh, nothing. I've been really immersed in cattle and crops. It's good. It's not perfect, but it's good. Plenty of room for improvement. It's got a ways to go, but I'm glad that they got something out. And I did, hang on, let me peek around the corner here. I did get stuck in the mud going through the tutorials, and that put me off a little bit, I have to say. You would expect that tutorials would be a part of your game that would definitely work, right? That's how people learn to play the game. You would think that it would have to work, right? That there's nothing more important than being able to learn how to play the game properly with a tutorial that works. You would think. I'm going to do something before we leave here too. When you start a new profile, you have to remember to reset everything because it doesn't carry a lot of stuff over. Parking difficulty, skilled parking, there we go. And that way when we get where we're going, it won't ask us again how we want to park. So yeah, that put me off a little bit. it really did to get stuck in the mud in a tutorial. Now, I saw a comment yesterday when we were in the stream that somebody said the mud and terrain deformation seems to be a bit exaggerated. And I wouldn't disagree with that. I think if your fields were that soft, where you were sinking 6 or 8 or 12 inches into the soil, you would probably let that field dry out a little bit before you drove in it. It's just it's too wet. It's too soft. So, you know, they've got the terrain deformation. I know that's a big part of the game and something they're really proud of. I think they've exaggerated it a little bit because it is a big part of the game, but I don't know. Getting stuck in the mud in a tutorial, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's a tutorial. You don't have any money. You don't have any way to access another tractor to pull yourself out. You're just stuck there. So I had to keep unhooking from the trailer, and when I did, the physics went crazy and the trailer started flopping all over, and it was just kind of I don't know, not disappointing, but yeah, I'm really well, how do I want to say this? I'm not super optimistic about cattle and crops anymore. We'll see. I want them to succeed. I'm just not confident that they can or they will. Peek around here. Good there. And so when things like that happen, I feel like I don't have a reserve of optimism, right? To say, oh, well, you know, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Little bumps in the road. There have been so many bumps in the road. So, yeah. But we're getting through the tutorials, and I think tomorrow when we do the stream, we will be ready to start on the scenarios. Different than the tutorials. We'll start on the scenarios, and the scenarios will allow us to have access to better equipment, and then we can start our proper profile. So we'll get to that soon enough. I'm glad that there are the tutorials that there are, because the game is complex enough that had I not done them, I would have been a little bit lost. In time, you figure it out, trial and error. But I think they want people to get the most of the game, and it is really complex. So the tutorials, in that sense, really kind of fit. So anyway, it's enough about cattle and crops. Let's slide over here. We're going to the right, Salzburg and Innsbruck. There's several roads down through. Are those the Alps? Yeah, I believe they are. Between Germany, Switzerland, and Italy, that would have to be the Alps. So there's several roads down through the Alps. They're very twisty. They're old. They're part of the old part. Part of the old part. They're the older parts of the game. They're from the older parts of the map. So very, very twisty. Almost unrealistic. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, it's just been flying. You know what I haven't been doing? I haven't been racing really at all. And that always makes me feel bad because I've spent, I don't even want to think about it. Between Race Room and iRacing, I have spent a lot of money on cars and tracks. And then iRacing, right? It's a monthly service. Auto pay every month. I'm paying for that. And any month that I don't spend a lot of time in iRacing, I really do feel bad. So I need to get some races done. And what else? We're coming up on winter. Winter is when the British pack is supposed to release for Assetto Corsa Competizione. Looking forward to that. I did do a race in Assetto Corsa Competizione last week, and that was fun. It's been a minute since I've been in that sim. I've been reading about when the weather changes, it's really tricky to. I mean, if it's raining, you use wets. If it's dry, you use slicks. We get that part. But when it's going back and forth, right, that's the question in sports car racing, is how long do you stay out on a wet track on slicks? Maybe the rain blows over, right? And then you're out in front of everybody. You're losing a little bit of time per lap, but you don't have to make that pit stop. Just the opposite, if you have wets on, how long do you keep them on? Is it going to start raining again? You know. Well, you can do things in Assetto Corsa Competizione that is very much what teams do in real life, where if you're running slicks when it starts to rain, or if you're trying to run slicks through the rain, not a hard rain, but a wet track, you can raise the pressure to get the heat up a little bit, and there's things you can do, right? There's stuff you can do. And trying to do all that, because I don't really have a crew chief, and a lot of these games, I mean, you can pause, but when you're in the pause menu, you can't access the pit menu. And what I would like to see is that as you're pulling into the pit, you can pause the game for a minute and just kind of figure out, you know, what is it that I want to happen in the pit here? Because as it is now, you've got, I don't know, like 10 or 12 seconds between what, well, no, I take that back. I take that back. You can make some of those changes in the car and then just hit enter. And as you get down to the pit, your own pit, right, then your team will do the service. So you don't have to do it all between when you exit the track and when you get to your pit stall. But it feels that way sometimes. And it is, I mean, it's tricky to drive a car and be tabbing through menus with the D-pad and trying to get everything set up. But telling your team that you need slicks in the wet, but bump the pressure up, is it can be a handful. It really can. So that's a fun aspect of the game, though, and I think that is something for people that are in iRacing with a crew chief, right, with a team that can set that stuff up for them. I think that would be amazing. I don't have access to that, but I think that would be a lot of fun. Having somebody sort out your fuel and calculate yellow flags and everything. Now I do run Crew Chief. I run the app called Crew Chief, but it can't make those kinds of changes. You can tell it what kind of tires you want, you can tell what kind of pressure you want, but you can't ask it, what do you think is best? What should we do here, boss? So I would love to get on a team in iRacing. I'm not good enough, but I would love to get on a team. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So we've got to do more racing. Yeah, been flying. The Isle of Wight DLC for Train Sim World 2 is, I mean, buyer beware, you know. Nobody forced me to get it. But it's an odd kind of DLC. The route is very short. And it's very pretty, but it's very short. So it's kind of a, I don't know, I guess maybe a specialty route. It was $20. I think all the DLC are going to be $20 because I saw the high-speed rail in and around Munich that drops next week is also going to be, well, I say 20. Anything around 20 to me, that's 20. So it's going to be around 20. But I may or may not get that. I don't know. I mean, I want to get them all. I want to put them all on the channel, you know that, just so you can have a look at what's going on with them, but it doesn't always work out that way. And if they start doing one every week and a half, it's definitely not going to work out that way. Oh God. Oh God. All right, we're just going to go down to the bottom of the ramp here and right back up onto the highway. These are the oldest parts of the map. And they are not realistic. All right, so let's get down to a good gear here. Here we go. Yeah, I think this is when Truck Sim was a video game, and now it's not quite a sim. Like I said earlier, it's not quite a sim, but it's closer now than it was. Because this is very, this is very Mario Kart. All right, well, we didn't take any damage, and we didn't get a ticket, and we didn't hit anybody. Always a bonus. All right. And what else? It's the middle of November. No, it's the middle of October. First week of November, we get Dirt 5. Very curious about that. And then MXGP 20, and then that's it. Year's over. 2020 is done. What a year. I would say it's been a pretty good year for gaming. I mean, I'm not going to do like a year-end retrospective in October or anything. But I'd say it's been a pretty good year for sim gaming. It's been, I'd say probably a 50-50 balance of hits and misses for me. And I'll take that, you know? That's not too bad. Could be worse. Could be worse. And we've got the Sissel pack running. I was wondering, I'm seeing a lot of logos that I know are not base game, and my first thought was, oh, they've added more of the fake companies to base game. You know, the SCS companies that they use to make the world look, I don't know, kind of lively and different. And just as I was thinking that, I saw a DHL, and I don't think SCS has a licensing agreement with DHL. So yeah, that's the Sissel pack, the Sissel trailer mega pack that we're running. I used to be all about Jazzy Cat packs, but I've swapped over to, I try to get everything from the Steam Workshop now because I just don't have time to be tracking down mods anymore. So anything that I can do automatically or have happen automatically through the workshop, I prefer that. So yeah, that's what's going on there. And that's it. That's all I got. I'm out of stuff to talk about. We'll just drive the truck. So it's, I just saw it's 17:45. So the sun's going to be setting in another 5 or 10 minutes here in game. We will need to drive a little bit in the dark. That's not bad. And we'll have some daylight video. We'll have some nighttime video. And if things haven't picked up in the chat at all by the time we get to Genoa, you say Genoa? You say Genoa. If they haven't picked up by the time we get there, I'll go ahead and call it. And I mean, that'll at least give you an indication of what's new in the game. Primarily the UI and those trailers, and take a look at that. But go over here. Go over here. Oh, we're okay. Okay. And what is that? Looks like it's something up on the hill, but it's got like a spiral around it, like it's a water tower or a ski jump or something. What is that? Unknown. Observation tower, maybe? I don't know. All right, so we're going down here. Let's get some lights on while I'm thinking about it, because it is getting dark. Carefully. All right, right through here. And it's raining. Beautiful. All right, it's raining all of a sudden, too. All right. Make our move. Traffic is still really acting kind of goofy. Not sure what the cause of that is, but I'm being extra careful as much as I can, because it's just, I don't know, it's not, I wouldn't even say that it's aggressive. It just doesn't seem to, like the detection zones, the triggers don't seem to be where they used to be. It's like the traffic can't see you as well as it used to see you. Maybe. Oh. But I'm very careful around the traffic now. Yeah, these older parts of the map are so twisty, so tight. All right, so we'll get through here. Sound does seem to be different. I mean, I know they did a lot of things in 1.37, but there's no sound packs running right now. It's just a base profile. No sound packs running, and the trucks sound, both here and in ATS, they sound a little bit more, I don't know, they sound better than they used to. So I think maybe they've done some things there. Let's slide all the way over here. I just follow trucks through. Wherever the truck in front of me is going, when I get to a toll booth, that's where I go. I figure that's where the trucks belong. All right, so right up here, right, down to a good gear. There we go. I'm curious how big these trailers get. I'll level up this profile as quickly as I can. I don't have to do it all today, but I'll level this profile up just to see. I'm curious if there's like a great big, you know, like 16 axle monster trailer that we can run. All right. I'm a little bit, I mean, I've got the truck stability and the trailer stability both turned way down, and we're doing okay, but I can feel the weight back there. When SCS lays out the physics for these, I'm curious how they, yeah, God, look at this. This is supposed to be a freeway, and it's just snapping back and forth, left to right, like a little twisty 2-lane road. When SCS lays out the physics for these, I'm curious how realistic they try to make them. And the advantage of a low-loading trailer is it does keep the center of gravity down. Or one of the advantages of a low-loading trailer, it keeps the center of gravity down, so you're less likely to tip the thing. And I would guess that they try to bring that physics in. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say that Truck Sim has the greatest physics. It certainly doesn't feel like a race game, but it's not meant to, I feel like it's not really meant to be a physics simulator. It's more of an activity simulator. So the physics have always been a little generous. It's a good way to say it. A little creative. And I think this is either a fast pass or it's not open for us. It's fast pass. Fantastic. I pulled into some of these and you're waiting for it to give you the fast pass, and it never does because it's just static scenery and you're in the wrong lane. Oops. All right. So get back over here. All right. Still good. I'm hoping we can see some of the mountains between here and our destination. I'm hoping we can see some of the mountains still in daylight. It's a pretty drive down through there. When I first got into this game several years ago, before we had all the DLC that we have now, I used to drive back and forth from it was before the Italia DLC, so it was just like the parts of northern Italy. I want to say that's what was in base game. Like it was just over the border, just over the line. There were some parts of Italy, but not the boot. It was just the top part, and I used to drive back and forth on those roads. And then with Pro Mods, I think Pro Mods was the first time we got the rest of Italy. So yeah, it's weird to see my hour total for this game and realize how much I've played it and how much I still enjoy it. It really is a great game, I think. All right, carefully try to stay on the road here. And as soon as I'm done here, I think I might wrap up for the weekend. I'm actually I think I might be getting sick. It's not the Rona. I don't have the Rona, but I'm definitely feeling a little scratchy throat. So I think I might post up with a gin and tonic and some college football and start my weekend proper. And the lighting looks so much better since they went to DX11. There we go. Set the cruise control. I've gotten into kind of a rhythm with patches now. I start a test profile and I run that until the game comes out of beta, till the patch comes out of beta, And then it's typically, well, some modders bring their mods up to date as soon as the beta is released, but you sort of can't because the beta is going to change over the next couple weeks. So some will do that and keep making adjustments. Other modders will wait till it's full retail, right? Full release before they update their mods. And so it's generally no more than a few days after it's full retail that everybody has updated their mods. And all the little red marks go away and you know you're good to go. So I'll generally run my test profile till all the mods are fixed and then just delete it and switch back over to my main profile. So that's been the past, I think it's been since about 1.35, 1.36, but we'll do the same thing. It's hard to know that there's a beta available and not want to check it out, not want to play with the new toys. Yeah, these turns are not the most realistic. Fun though. Keep you on your toes. I don't know if they would ever redo the entire map. Right? I know they fixed selected cities. Yeah, that's what I want to say. They fixed selected cities and a couple whole areas, and then the newer DLC obviously are built to a different standard, but I'm curious if they would ever go back in and repair or restore or remaster, whatever word you want to use for it, all the other parts of the map that have not been fixed yet. I don't know if they would put the effort into that or if they would rather just build a new game, right? Put that effort into developing Euro Truck 3 or whatever it is that they're going to call it. Making our way. I think we're down out of the Alps now. We have to be. So we should see signs momentarily for Genoa. Genoa? Genoa. There's Lake Garda. We're going straight here. Yep. Yeah, the game's looking really good right now. The lighting and everything. I know they haven't, or they said they didn't really make any changes to 1.39 as far as graphics. I mean, some minor changes, minor tweaks, but I don't know. I think the lighting looks really good right now. I got another boom stand for my other mic, so now I've got another mic right on the edge of my monitor, or from my eye line, it's right on the edge of my monitor. And so when you see me lean forward, I'm not trying to look around anything in the truck. I'm trying to actually pivot my head around my microphone in real life so I can see the mirror. Like if I just turn my head, the microphone is between my eye and the mirror. My desk, everything is like so tight packed in here. Slow it down a little bit. There we go. And that's at what? Milan, Verona. All right, so we're getting off here. Milan, Verona, and Venice. So we're going to get off, but we're going to stay to the left, it looks like. No problems with the trailer, by the way. It's plenty stable. I'm not noticing anything unusual. I mean, it's pulling just fine. So if there were going to be any drama, I think it would only be, well, it wouldn't really be drama, but if there would be any like added whatever challenges, I guess. Oh God. And then that all worked out. All right. There you go. Like driving the double articulated trailers in ATS. You know, it's just a little bit, it's a little bit trickier. This trailer that we're hauling right now, it feels just the same as any other trailer that we've ever hauled. No added complications or difficulties or anything. Seems just fine so far. All right, there's our first yawn. How far do we have to go? 293K. Okay, so we'll stop at the next place we can to sleep, because I don't think we're going another 300 kilometers. Sir, I don't think we're going another 300 kilometers without sleeping. So we'll pull over next place we can find, and that'll have us up. Well, if we find it in the next hour or so game time, that'll have us up right around dawn. So that'll work out. Okay. That way we won't spend half the episode in the dark. And if I look away from my monitor, even for a second, I feel like the truck just tracks where my eyes track and immediately starts to leave the road. All right, that's 2 yawns. Now what is that right there? Could we pull over and sleep there? I've wondered about that. Or is that just a place to pull over, like if you have a mechanical or something? Not a truck, I mean any vehicle, just to get you out of the flow of traffic. Looks like we're getting to some kind of city here. So hopefully we'll have a couple exits and a couple places to sleep. We've still got a minute before we start to doze off. Maybe this is a city. It's certainly a great big airport, but is it also a city? Maybe not. All right, that's our 3rd yawn. So I think now we are going to start to doze off and get fines. So let's see how long it takes for that to happen. Yeah, no exits up here. Need a place to sleep. But that's our first sign for Genoa. No. I don't know how low I have to turn the detour probability before it stops detouring us. I've got it just about at 0, and it still sends us on a detour nearly every trip. All right, that changes things a little bit. Still need a place to sleep. Yep. All right. Now, is there one here, or is this just a toll booth? All I'm seeing is a toll booth. All right. Yeah, we'll just drive till we start dozing off. If there's no place that we can see to sleep, I mean, I guess I'll have to turn off the fatigue simulation. It's either that or wreck the truck, and I don't want to do that. But we have not passed, since we started getting our warnings, we have not passed any place to sleep. All right. So we get through there. Get the window up. All right. And we got to find a place to sleep. Got to. No, not yet. I saw the, that's two. I saw the, what is this, looks like the A4. I saw the A4 marking on the road. And just when it came into view, I thought it was a place to sleep. Got very excited. Now we could get off here. Here's what happens when I get off at a place like this. I end up just driving around. I never do find a place to sleep, and all I've done is waste a lot of time. I prefer to go with the ones that are right next to the highway. However, if we don't get one of those, there's your problem. So that was, what did it say, Bern and Zurich? Yeah, all this stuff, all these built up areas and no place to sleep. There's got to be one not too very far from here. There's got to be. You would think, right? It's like our third one, our fourth one. We're getting our warnings, and we're really pushing our luck here. But we have not dozed off yet. Trying to give this bus plenty of room. All right. Yeah, there's another low trailer. So that's the ferry to Corsica. And I thought I saw, yeah, we're gonna have to turn fatigue simulation off pretty soon. If we don't see something by the time we start dozing off, I'm gonna have to. I hate to do that, but it's either that or wreck the truck. All right, well, we got Milan. Yeah, I can't believe around all these towns and built up areas there hasn't been a single place to sleep. All right, here's another toll gate, another toll booth. And these will sometimes have a place to sleep. Not always, but sometimes. All right, that's the first time we've dozed off. That says service in 750 meters. That's what we need. Let's just go right here. Yep. All right, there's a place to sleep. And I think we'll make it there before we totally fall asleep. All right. Like so. Here we go. And how are we doing on fuel, too? Fuel is okay. All right, so we get the window up. There we go. Around the bend here, we'll pull in, get parked, get some sleep. All right. Close one. Seems like it always is. I mean, I don't know if there's a way to really plan this, right? Other than to just estimate how long it's going to take you to get from one place to the next, one sleep cycle to the next. Turn our beacons off here.
Never mind. I'll find a new route. Go straight up. Reroute.
Right. Beautiful. All right. We made it. So, set the brake. Windows down. Parking lights on. Engine off. Let's hop out here and get some sleep. Back in here. Windows up. Brake off. Here we go. Fiona, what's happening? How you doing? And we've got enough fuel to make it the rest of the way. Around here, we've got enough fuel. I mean, we're going right past it. Nah, we're fine. We're fine. So we've got enough fuel, we've got enough sleep now. No tickets, no crashes. Maybe this is going to work out. All right, get over here. Good, good, glad to hear it. All right, and we had, last time I looked, we had like 293 kilometers to go, and that was a minute ago, so I'd say we're probably maybe 10 or 15 minutes out. Yeah, that's about right. And do we need to, yeah, I think we do. Do we? No, we do not. 2 lanes going straight. Right. Lock in the cruise control, we're good. Trying to think how long it's been since the Italia DLC came out. I want to say 2 years. Has it been that long? All right, what's happening? How you doing, man? I want to say it's been 2 years. It may not have been that long. Oh God. No, no. No, no. It's a little better. Yeah, very twisty through here. All right, customer expects delivery very soon. We're almost there. I think we got another 5 minutes to go here.
Keep right, and then exit right.
That was not
Exit.
super graceful, but we got through there. All right. And then from here, I guess there's a little bit more. I thought we were coming right around the bend and we'd be at the port, but it looks like we've got a bit more highway to go here.
Keep right, and then exit right.
All right.
Exit right.
I know just the tiniest bit of Spanish, and I do not know any Portuguese at all. I know enough Spanish to find like the airport and the embassy and that sort of thing. That's about it. What? All right. I suppose that was inevitable. I was hearing the warning go off. I mean, I knew I was speeding. I just figured we would get out of that 40 and back into a 60, but didn't work out that way. I do hate getting tickets. All right, through here, carefully. I mean, it's not a big trailer, but it's not tiny either. Try to be smart through here. Okay. We're okay over there. Okay over there. Here we go. And we are still in a 40, so I'll try not to get another ticket. As we get to our drop off, I'll try not to get another ticket. All right, on. Yep, that's one of the coolest things about YouTube is you just meet people from everywhere. All right, and now, is it 2 left turns or is it? All right, it's 2 left turns. We can do this.
Ready. Turn left.
You got it.
Turn left.
And I'm going to swing this as wide as possible. All right. Still good. The nice thing about the steering trailers, they do seem to track versus the US style trailers that kind of hook across the yellow line. I do like that about the steering axles. As long as I don't have to back them up, I'm okay with the steering axles. All right. So there's that. Yep, there's fuel right there. There's fuel and a place to sleep. So we're covered there. And it looks like traffic circle. Yep. So we go through here. Second exit. Okay.
Exit now.
Got through there, okay. Now we're through here. Yeah, I was noticing that. There's a lot of fire trucks. All right, and I think we made it. We did get one ticket, but we didn't hit anything. And we didn't take any damage. Okay. So it says now we go... moment. Is it over there? Ah, it's behind us. Okay. Let's back up just a little bit. There we go. Yep, I saw the green marker there in front. For some reason, thought it was... Oh, thanks, Fiona. Let me get dropped off here and I will show you the skin. So anytime I start a profile, I just make up a company. I just pick a country at random and then make up a company. Go on Google Translate, right? Try to find a good name. So we ended up in Stuttgart this time. So I went with a German company. All right, so let's see if we can steering axle our way in here. Yeah, the thing about steering axles for me, it's like they don't want to stop steering sometimes. They sort of stay angled. So when you try to jackknife it over at the very end, it's like it doesn't want to jackknife over. All right, it just keeps curving around. We may get this, yeah. Okay, it gave it to us, so let's get that going. Put some windows down. Set the brake. Engine off. Let's unload, see how we did. All right, 30 grand. It's a test profile, so the level is just, we just threw something in there. It's not a real level. But yeah, these are the low loading trailers. And if you didn't see them at the beginning of the episode, I can hop back in now and show them to you. So we've got this one now. They're just calling the low bed, and different axle configurations. There's other axle configurations available above level 20 where we are now, but this is what's available for now. And then the other one is the one that we have, and same thing, plenty of different configurations. And then for the axles, there are these other combos here that I don't have access to yet, but I'll probably level up this test profile just so we can see what these other wheel combos are. Maybe do that next episode. And then other than that is paint and just all the same stuff that's on all the trailers. So, yep. Let me get back out of here. That's it. This dropped a couple days ago, 1.39 beta, and I wanted to take it for a spin, so there you have it. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the stream. I appreciate it. See you next time.